Year 10. So what we're going to be talking about today is 3D trigonometry and Pythagoras. So the main thing we need to be able to do is use the Pythagoras theorem and use also shortcuts. So if you want to pause the video and try these two questions, and the two answers you should have had is 7 and 27.7. So the key is to identify some of the 2D triangles, okay, floating around this 3D area, okay? So you usually need to use Pythagoras twice in order to do so. So you always find a diagonal connecting the two opposite corners of a unit cube. So basically, I'm asking you to work out this diagonal. Okay, so that diagonal, to work it out, you simply use Pythagoras theorem for it. So you can actually see here that is square root of 2, and you would leave it as square root of 2. Okay, get into the habit of not just rounding it into decimals. Okay, leave it as in third form, because then most of the time you'll find that it actually simplifies a lot easier when you square it. Then it says find the length of the diagonal. So you've got, this is now root 2, this is a 1. So we're simply doing Pythagoras on the highlighted triangle in order to work out that is going to be root 3. So what else can we actually use to work it out with? Okay, so we can also work out an angle. So angle theta, okay, angle theta is tan 1 over root 2. 1 over root 2. So what have we actually worked out here, you think? Which angle have we actually worked out? So opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So we've actually worked out this one here. Okay, this would be angle theta. That's what we've done here. So I want you to try on the same question here. So pause the video, and I am looking for you to work out what would this red diagonal line be equal to. So if you've done it correctly, you should have 13. Okay, square root of 169, which is 13. Same again here, okay, so it's determine the height of this pyramid here. So we're looking for this perpendicular height. So we're going to first of all use Pythagoras theorem to work out the diagonal, okay? And remember, this is a square, so we're going to work out the diagonal for us. And then, once we work out that length, it's 2 root 2. So that here, this section here would simply be root 2 because it's half of the section that we want. And then again, we simply use Pythagoras again for this triangle here highlighted in order to work out what the height would be equal to. So, pause the video and try the question below. Right, you should have half the base diagonal, and the height should be 12. This is a past paper from further maths questions, and I want you to actually work out again what is the height of the pyramid Vx. So we're using exactly the same thing. So pause the video and try this. So you should have root 82. So what is a plane? Okay, that is something you should ask yourself. What is a plane? A plane is a flat 2D surface, okay, and it's not necessarily horizontal. We want to find the angle between a line and a plane. Use the drop method. Okay, imagine the line is a pen for which you drop onto the plane. The angle you want is between the original and the drop lines. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm looking for that angle theta. So let's start this question, okay? Determine the length of AG. How would I do this? Well, first of all, whenever you've got 3D Pythagoras, you're thinking, I need to work out the bottom diagonal first of all. So work out AC. So after you work out AC, you can actually use that, and you know that this height is also 3, to do this triangle here, ACG, to work out what the length would be. So, and therefore tan is 19.2 for question B. Okay, because it's literally, we're looking for this angle here, and tan theta is opposite over adjacent. So tan minus 1 must be opposite over adjacent. And that is the opposite, and that is the adjacent. And that's still the hypotenuse. So determine the angle between the line AB and the base of each cube. So what we're looking for this angle here. So that should be 35.3. Same again, pause the video for us and try this question. So 2p drops onto pm. So therefore you should have 57.8 as your answer for this. So again, for more further maths, okay, to find the angle between two planes, so you can actually see it's two planes because it's quite a big surface area, use the line of the greatest slope. Okay, so what direction would the ball roll down to? So imagine you've got a ball, okay, it wouldn't go that way, it would go straight down because that is the greatest slope. So find the angle between A, B, C, D and the horizontal plane. So where would you actually think that angle would be? You'd have to find out. Well, that would simply be this one here, okay, because that is the angle of the slope. So find the angles between the planes BCE and ABCD. So we only use Pythagoras to establish the height of the pyramid, okay? We've done this already before in a previous question. So why would it be wrong to use the angle ECO? So ECO. So why would it be wrong to actually use this angle here? Well, the reason why this is wrong is because it's not the greatest slope, okay? If you had a ball up here at E, that ball would actually simply trickle down here. It wouldn't go that way. It would trickle through the middle. So the suitable diagram would be this, because the ball trickles down to the middle. And this theta is the angle that we're trying to work out now. So the answer should be simply theta is tan minus 1 root 2 over 1, which is 54.7. Opposite, adjacent. So can you pause the video and try this question again? So let's go through this. Work out the angle between line VA and ABCD. So VA. So whenever you're doing these questions, I suggest use a pencil in order to actually highlight what you're looking for each time. So the majority of these questions you spotted, they actually start with working at the diagonal of the base of the shape. So you're going to start with working at a diagonal, AC. And then you're going to half that AC to find AX. And then you're simply going to do SOHCAHTOA on this triangle here. So therefore you're left with 40.6. Yeah. Remember, you do is so basically that gives you root 136, and then you divide it by 2. It's not the whole 136 divided by 2. Work out the angle between VQR and PQRS. So the hardest thing about this question is actually working out what it's asking you to do. So VRQ or VQR, and I want PQRS. PQRS. So we're looking, these are the two planes. So the only angle that I'm looking for has got to be there. So right through the middle, and we're looking for this, and that is 21.8. So what I've got here, okay, these are all the exercises. I'm also going to send a worksheet for you. So all these questions here are on your worksheets, and I'm going to go through the answers, okay? So if you want to pause this video here and come back when you've actually finished with the questions. So the answer should be mark your work, continuing. Same again, I'm just revealing the answers. Continuing. Continuing. Same again. Same again. Finally. I'm sorry, I wanted to say finally, but I wasn't finally, was it? Right, so that's the final answer for it. Please make sure you message me if you've got any problems with these questions.